It's time for Class 2 District 9 basketball from the Lakeway Physical Education Facility. Our games brought to you by Town & Country Supermarkets, Richland School District, Post Pond, the Marys County Bank, Ed Morris Ford, the Iberia School District, A to Z Exterminating, the Bank of Crocker, the Lakeway School District, Shelter Insurance Agents John Gregory and Dave Holland, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, the Stoutland School District, the Pulaski County Health Center, Angie Hale Bail Bonds, Seeger Toyota, Memorial Chapels of Waynesville, St. Robert, and Richland, the Plato School District, Hull's Furniture Outlet, St. Robert Auto Supply, Domino's Pizza of St. Robert, and Lowe's Chevrolet. Let's hoop it up at Lakeway for district basketball.
And a very good evening to you and yours. We are once again back here at the Lakeway High School Gymnasium for our only contest of the night. It is time, the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Championship right here on 97.9 The Source. Connor Harbert here with you tonight. Again, it's going to be a fun one for the second straight year. We've got the Crocker Lady Lions. They are the 1 seed this season, taking on the number 3 seeded Iberia Lady Rangers. Again, a rematch from last year. Iberia defending district champions. Once again, trying to make that run from beyond the number 1 seed. Of course, last year, Iberia was a little bit lower seeded. Obviously, have had a much better year coming into this tournament, but they've looked lethal. They surprised a few teams along the way. Of course, the upset over Richland a couple of days ago. And they are all set. So we've got about 9.5 minutes left to go here, so a little bit of time here for some pregame festivities. As once again, we take a look here. We do what we always do. Let's take a look at how these teams have fared over the last few games. Crocker, of course, they got the bye in round 1, so we saw them for the first time as they took on 4th-seeded Lakeway. It was a bit touch and go for the Lady Lions there for a minute. Built out a lead, kind of lost that lead a little bit. Lakeway almost surprised them there, but ultimately were able to pull it back on out for an 11-point victory. They win that one 50-39. So Crocker officially back on the winning track. Of course, the loss to Richland before this tournament got underway, but a win over Lakeway before that on the 12th, and then a win over Iberia in Iberia, but only by 2 points. They won that one 44-42. So something to note there. Of course, both teams members of the Frisco League, so they have a little bit of history. They have a few results. Of course, in the Frisco League tournament, they lost to Iberia by 2. So these two teams have played only close games thus far. This is the third and decisive meeting. Whoever wins this one takes the season set and the district tournament as well. So lots on the line here. Makes it such a compelling matchup. The Crocker is 21-6 on the season. Iberia 17-10. Meanwhile, like I said, they are a little bit lower on the charts there, but ultimately they're winning when it counts. 4 straight wins, very similar to last year's team. Remember, came in at about 500, but only after starting the season 4-10. They have wins over Richland, of course, won by 10 against the Lady Bears in a game that Iberia really just controlled from the get-go. Very physical game, lots of whistles, lots of free throws, but it really was Iberia who took greater advantage of that along the way. Of course, won against Newburgh in the opening round, 68-52. But wins also over Stoutland and Dixon as well, so they've won their last 4 here. The Iberia Lady Rangers did lose to Richland and again did lose to Crocker as well as St. Elizabeth before all of that. So this team's been a bit streaky here this year, but obviously more wins than losses. Big thank you to all of our sponsors for joining us for tonight's broadcast. We're going to take our first and only timeout here of our pregame. Of course, we'll come back here in 2 minutes. We'll take a look at some more numbers for you. We'll compare and contrast these two teams, and we'll take a look at a little bit of history. So make sure you stick around. We'll come right back. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Championship here on 97.9 The Source.
Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the products and services and savings they offer their friends and families, like eClub. Sign up today and keep up to date on special promotions and events. Log on to tcmarkets.com and find every store's weekly ads right at your fingertips. Print off coupons to save even more money. Check them out on Facebook. Browse recipes too. Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the area youth and proud to be a part of their community. communities.
In our close-knit school community, every student is valued and respected. With small class sizes and a supportive atmosphere, we foster a sense of belonging and encourage students to explore their interests. Whether it's through extracurricular activities, sports, or through partnerships with WCC Go Caps or local universities for dual credit opportunities, we provide ample opportunities for growth and self-discovery. At Richland School District, we embrace traditions, accept new challenges, and surpass expectations as leaders in rural education.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best to fund those choices. Because when it comes to important events in life, you really need to get prepared.
For over 50 years, Post Pawn in St. Robert has been offering the best prices in the area on firearms, ammunition, and shooting and reloading supplies. Also find new and used military clothing and gear, as well as pre-owned power tools and compound bows, and new and used musical instruments and supplies. Get a 90-day layaway on anything. And if you have your guns shipped to Post Pawn or selling them to another individual, they only charge a $25 transfer fee. That's Post Pawn in the Gateway Shopping Center in St. Robert.
And again, back here at Lakeway High School, where we are filling out the crowd here. Lots of blue, lots of green, filling out both sides of the gymnasium today for tonight's Class 2 District 9 Girls Championship game right here on 97.9 The Source. Of course, Connor Harbor here with you again. It is the Crocker Lady Lions and the Iberia Lady Rangers as we take a look at a little bit of history for these two teams. We take a look here first at Crocker. Again, 21-6 on the year, 5-2 at home, 7-1 on the road, and 9-3 in neutral and tourney games, averaging 51.6 points a game here this season and allowing 39.8 points a game here this season. Meanwhile, Iberia 17-10, 4-3 at home, 4-5 on the road, 9-2 in neutral and tourney games. They're averaging 54.6 points a game and allowing 42.8 points a game here this season. Of note, both Crocker and Iberia, two of the more stout defenses here, not only in the Frisco League, but also in Class 2 as well. So, could be in pace for a low-scoring game. Of course, the last two meetings have not crossed that 50-point threshold. Something to watch out for here tonight. Of course, both teams play in the Frisco League. Both teams mostly winning those Frisco League games. Of course, both teams won against Dixon. Both teams won against Eugene. Actually, they'll be the Eugene girls. We'll see the boys tomorrow. Both teams defeated Lakeway. Both teams lost to Licking. The Licking girls are still alive. I believe they're playing in the Class 3 District Championship here tonight in their particular district. Both teams defeated Newburgh here this season. Crocker beat Plato while Iberia did lose to Plato, so there's a difference there. Both teams did lose to the Richland Lady Bears. However, both teams lost to St. Elizabeth. Their girls are still alive and playing for a district championship. Both teams defeated Stoutland. Both teams defeated Stover. And Vienna was a point of convergence as Crocker defeated the Lady Eagles. Iberia lost to the Lady Eagles. Matchup history. I learned this today. I guess I did not know this, but Crocker has traditionally dominated this matchup. In fact, they've had 28 meetings since 2008. The all-time record, Crocker 26 wins, Iberia just 2. But of course, those 2 Iberia wins have come very recently, not only this season at the Frisco League Tournament, but last year's district championship game as well. Remember, won that one by 14, so things are maybe turning here in this Frisco League rivalry. It's no longer a guaranteed win as it's been in years past. Again, I don't know how many other teams have long winning streaks like that over an opponent, but as someone new to the area, man, it just blows my mind away. So, who's going to win this one? Nobody knows. I've asked quite a few people about what they think about this matchup, and nobody can really seem to tell me who they think is going to win. Obviously, both teams have things to like. Iberia, I think their biggest strength is not only that defense. Of course, they'll show several looks throughout the game, but also their versatility. Of course, Iberia, they've got athletes. They can play in the half court. They can kind of get the run and gun game going. They can shoot from outside. They can go inside. Iberia's just ready to play any style of game, and I think that is their biggest strength. Of course, when you talk about Crocker, I think you talk about the fact that they are one of the most aggressive teams on defense I've ever seen. They're looking for the steals. Of course, you got Emma Ruth at the point, always looking to strip the ball away. And, of course, they can shoot from outside as well. Talented underclassmen. Both teams have talented underclassmen, but Crocker, they've shown some shining stars for the future here this season. So somebody's got to give. Somebody's moving on to the sectional round. We'll find out who. We'll come back here in a few minutes after your national anthem, and we'll get it going. The Class 2 District 9 Girls Championship game right here on 97.9 The Source.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Students come and students go. Some start at the elementary level and continue in the same district until graduation. Others move in, some move out for a variety of reasons, but usually it's the parent's job that facilitates a family's move. Whatever the reason, the Iberia School District welcomes all students. At Iberia, students get the best possible education from a staff of dedicated teachers, coaches, and an administration that cares about the product they send out every May at graduation. Whether it's continuing their education in the military or the 9-to-5 world, the Iberia School District is proud of their Rangers and Lady Rangers.
Pests can really bug you. I know they bug me. But you can get rid of all types of pests and protect your family, home, and environment by calling the folks at A to Z Exterminating. A to Z Exterminating provides the best pet and human-friendly treatments 7 days a week and education to help you keep your home pest-free. And of course, reasonable prices. A to Z Exterminating for your home or lawn, whether it's an emergency or you want to schedule an appointment, call today at 573-336-4448. A to Z Exterminating offering the best service throughout the area.
National anthem here at Lakeway High School. We are moments away from getting going the Class 2 District 9 Girls Championship game right here on 97.9 The Source. Connor Harbor here with you again. Let's go ahead and get your starting lineups here for this one. Of course, get the mission announcements out of the way. The crowd is still filing in here just before tip here tonight. Of course, we got lots of blue, we got lots of green. One of the great things about Crocker and Iberia, bright colors, you can tell who's who in the audience. So, both teams well supported here tonight. Of course, both teams have been well supported throughout the entire tournament. You definitely love to see it here. So, see who gets to celebrate into the night here tonight. But we'll go ahead and get your starting lineups again here, as Crocker is the higher seed. And they will be the home team here this evening. And, of course, Iberia, they will be the visitors, wearing their bright greens here tonight. So now let's go ahead and get those, finally, starting lineups. Of course, we'll do it alternating style. We take a look first here at Iberia. Tressie Brown will start. Of course, Coach Austin, Mike Austin, singing her praises at the end of Wednesday's game. Crocker will have Olivia Hayes starting out here as well. Jalen Piggott will get the call here for the Lady Rangers once more. And, of course, Emma Ruth. She'll get the start here once again for the Lady Lions. Next one out here for Iberia will be the sharpshooter, Aislinn Bauer. And then over on the Crocker side will be, who'll work down in the post here tonight, tough player down inside, Carly York. Alexa Rowden gets the start here for Iberia, one of those very versatile players I was talking about earlier in the pregame. And then you'll have out there Gretchen Candy for Crocker. Final starter here for Iberia will be Kay Humphrey. And final starter here for Crocker will be Lexi Ament. Again, Crocker is coached by Tom Bildner, his first season at the helm of the Lady Lions program. And, of course, head coach Mike Austin, longtime head coach here for Iberia. Again, last year's contest, Iberia ended Crocker's hopes of a district championship, so Crocker looking for a little bit of revenge this year. Somebody's moving on to that sectional round. It's going to be somebody from the Frisco League. Always love to see it. Of course, 6 out of 7 teams in the district were Frisco League. The odds were ever in our favor. But ultimately, it has come down to this. Our officials, they are ready to go. We'll approach the circle. It'll be York to jump for Crocker. It'll be Rowden to jump here for Iberia. Ball's away, and it's going to be won here by Iberia. Tressie Brown's got an open left side layup. She left it long, but it's rebounded by Rowden, who puts it up and in for two. Quickly starting off here in this one here tonight. The opening tip leads to an easy two for Rowden. And we'll see how Crocker responds just 15 seconds into this game. Olivia Hayes on the left wing, now to the corner, Lexi Ament. And now back to the top here, Ruth. Inside the lane, they go off to Candy. Candy's shot rolls off the rim. Fight for the loose rebound, picked up by Brown. Brown will hand it off here. Jalen Piggott, now Aislinn Bauer. She'll get to the half-court line, on over now to Piggott. Piggott to Brown. Brown going to back it on out. Now picks up her dribble, going to the right side of the floor here, over to Rowden. Rowden on over to Bauer. Bauer driving inside the three-point line. Now takes it back out to the right block. Rowden. Rowden underneath the basket. Crocker wanted to travel. Didn't get it, but they'll block the shot from Brown. It'll be blocked by Candy into the hands of Hayes. Hayes looking for the 3-on-1 fast break. Her shot's blocked out of bounds by Piggott. But Crocker will take it out of bounds underneath on the baseline. So it's Gretchen Candy to inbound here from the baseline. 2-0, a minute into this first. Candy again to inbound. She'll toss it to Ament in the left corner. Gets it right back. Looking to drive to her right. Now goes to the opposite wing. Olivia Hayes almost took the three. Pulled it back down. Top of the key again over to Ruth. Ament now with it. Ament 10 points in that first game against Lakeway. On to Ruth. Now right wing Hayes. Hayes, big pump fake. Hayes was the leading scorer for Crocker in that game. Nice high-low action here. Carly York on the right block. And she'll score. The assist for Candy, the bucket for York, and we're all tied up at 2. Piggott guarded just as she comes across the half-court line here. Now we'll hand it off to Brown. Brown gets a screen from Rowden, looking for the pick and roll. Rowden will take it, but she's well guarded by Candy. They'll pass it back out again to Brown. 6:15 now left to go in the first here. Brown off to Piggott. Piggott, long rainbow three, well short, and Crocker will let it bounce out of bounds here for a Lions possession. Not many open seats here tonight. Definitely the most bodies we've had in the gym this week. It's a weird way to put it, but you know what I mean. Here's Olivia Hayes, right wing, inside over to Candy. Again, trying to look high-low, but we'll get a foul here called on Iberia. Looks like this one's going to be charged to Alexa Rowden, who picks up her first. First personal for Rowden, first team foul. Candy to inbound here, right side on the baseline. Candy will send it into the corner here to Ruth. Ruth had time, she'll pop the three, nothing but net. Crocker will take its first lead of the game here at 5-2 with the three-pointer. Fast break the other way though. Alexa Rowden got behind the defense, she'll be fouled. And Rowden's heading to the line shooting two. Big thing for Iberia in that win against Richland was their ability to get to the line. Rowden was one of those players, I do believe. Don't have last night's, should I say Wednesday's numbers in front of me. But Rowden certainly somebody who can get to the line. She sinks the first. Makes it a 5-3 game. Of course, the player that comes to mind when we talk about Wednesday in the free throws, Chloe Edwards, getting to the line 14 times. Went 11 for 14 from the stripe. Rowden will sink the second here. That'll bring it back to 1, now 5-4. Ball handed off here, Ruth, top of the key. Almost left open for the three. Instead, she'll go on over to Ament. Ament between the legs, trying to go across the lane. Had it stripped by Rowden. Iberia comes up with the steal. Lady Rangers trying to retake the lead here. Piggott, right side layup, high off the glass, good. Piggott's first basket here. And Iberia storms back in front now, 6-5. Crocker lead was a brief one here. Ruth takes it to the right wing. 5 minutes left to go here in this first quarter. Here's Hayes, top of the key. Now going to put the ball on the floor. To the left wing now, Ruth. Off to Candy. Big pump fake. Takes the mid-range jumper. Piggott contests. Bucket and the foul. Off the mid-range jumper. Don't see those every day. Followed through with the shot. And, of course, we'll have a chance to make it a three-point play. At the moment, Crocker leads 7-6, but they can make it a two-point game. Foul was called on Jalen Piggott, her first. Team second. Candy puts the free throw up and away. No good off the front of the rim, but rebounded here by Ament. Possession will continue on here. Crocker a chance to maybe get more than a two-point lead. but at the moment do lead by 1. 7-6, almost halfway through this first. Candy in the corner. Left wing here, Hayes. One dribble, wing to wing, on over to the right side of the floor now, Ruth. Ruth back to the left side, over to Hayes. And it's Ruth, top of the key. Candy working inside. She'll receive the pass, but gets it right back out. They'll pass it around the perimeter real fast. Now to the elbow is Hayes. Didn't have anything on the drive. Now Ruth will try her luck. She'll dribble into traffic, had it stripped, but into the hands of Candy. Now Candy has it stripped. She'll throw it away. And it's Piggott who comes up with the basketball. Piggott trying to throw it down the floor. Rowden having trouble coming up with it, but she eventually does. She'll flip it on over to Brown. Brown and Piggott will pass amongst themselves here. Now we're halfway through the first. Ball poked out of bounds by Ruth. Iberia keeps possession here. Again, just a 1-point game. It's Rowden to inbound. She'll go the half-court line. It's Brown now with it. Brown, right-handed ball player, going to her left. Driving to the middle of the lane. Nice pass inside to Humphrey. Through the help defense. Open Humphrey up for an easy basket off the right block. Iberia again takes the lead here. It's 8-7. Ament to Ruth. Now to the baseline, York. So looking like a 3-out, 2-in right now here for Crocker. Iberia in one of those zones. It looks like a 1-3-1. Of course, we know Iberia has several looks. Ruth, right wing 3, missed it off the rim. Hayes will give chase, but she won't be able to get there in time. It's out of bounds. Iberia ball. Triangle in 2, diamond in 1, 1-3-1. Maybe even a 2-3 if they're feeling particularly spicy. But Iberia will give you several looks on defense. Here comes the lob to Humphrey. The catch, the shot, good. Humphrey will put Iberia up here by 3, 10-7 now. 3 minutes to go now in the first. Ruth, left wing Hayes, guarded by Rowden. And now on to the top of the key, Ruth. Over to Hayes, top of the key, Ruth again. Going toward the right here, trying to look inside. They'll throw it on over to York. York, top of the key, Hayes for 3 in the tie, nothing but net. Crocker going to use their outside shooting tonight. Their second 3 of the game, 10-10. Yet another tie, yet another lead gone here early in this contest. 2:30 to go in the first. Here's Bauer on the drive. Bounce pass out to the corner, Rowden. Rowden back out to Bauer on the wing. Pass tipped and stolen away. Alexia Ment, nobody around. Left side layup, good. Almost lost her balance there, but still put it on in. Ment's got her first 2, and Crocker on a 5-0 run now. They lead 12-10. On the drive the other way. Brown will be fouled. We're going to the line for 2. Brown driving on in herself. So Brown's first trip here. Chance for some points. Brown didn't do a lot of the scoring in that win over Richland the other night, but as the point guard, she's very much the facilitator on this team. First free throw is good. 12-11 now. Every team needs a good facilitator. Somebody's got to handle the ball. And Brown is typically that player for Iberia. Brown sinks the second. 12-12 now. And again, 2 minutes to go in this first period of play. Ruth on the right wing, top of the key, Hayes now. Over to Ruth. Candy taking in the corner now. Now going baseline, going to send it on up here to Hayes. Hayes the pump fake, now Ruth. And back here to Hayes. Hayes back to Ruth. Ruth, the pump fake, moving right baseline, tried to throw it across the lane. Brown jumped the pass, but seed and tipping it out of bounds here. So Crocker will run their set piece here from the baseline. Everybody to a corner. Now they'll collapse on it here. They'll try to go out to Candy on the block, but Bauer got a hand on that. We'll try it again. Same spot. But now with a second more run off this clock. It's Candy to inbound now. Gonna lob one up here. Dangerous ball. Tipped by Piggott into the backcourt. Ament will be there to run it down. So Crocker will get that basketball after all as they again try to retake the lead. It's Hayes on the right wing. Top of the key, Ruth. Ruth a dribble to her right. Now Hayes looking for the pass inside to York. Again, Humphrey working at the bottom of this zone. Not going to be an easy task to get it in on her, but they'll still try to enter it anyway. Candy back on out to Hayes. Hayes stops on the right elbow. Now here's Ruth. 1:15 to go. Long, drawn-out possession here for the Lady Lions. Hayes on the wing, tries to go around Piggott, will get a foul. Piggott, hand check. Piggott's going to pick up her second. Team foul number 3 here called on Iberia. And again, Piggott's second personal. Again, our game's first substitution here now for Iberia. Kaya Yoakum will check in. Yoakum will replace Piggott again with those 2 personals here in the first. So ball's inbounded to Ruth. Ruth centers the basketball. Off to Ament now. Ament back up top here to Candy. Candy trying to get around Yoakum. Gives it off here to Ruth on the left wing. To the opposite side. Hayes has an open 3. No, too hard. Rebound picked up by Humphrey. Humphrey gets it off to Yoakum here. She'll dribble up the left sideline. Be picked up by Ament. Top of the key here, Brown. On to the right corner. Rowden looking for 3. Front of the rim. Rebounded by nobody. It's out of bounds. They'll say Humphrey. I don't know. Initial call was Iberia ball. Our initial call was Crocker ball, I'd say. But I don't know if this one's going to stick. It's going to not stick. It'll be Iberia ball. Our official down there, bless him, still signaled the wrong way. Had to correct himself again. But it is Iberia ball. So get it into Humphrey here on the corner. Bauer cutting to the basket. She'll be fouled. And we're going back to the line here. Lady Rangers will take their 3rd trip to the line here in this first quarter. Student section starting to come alive here. Took them a little while, but they're starting to get into it a little more. As Bauer does miss the first. Bauer looking for her first points here. 1 point would give him the lead. And there it is. Hopped one off the front of the rim. Bauer's got 1. And it's a 1-point Iberia lead. 30 seconds left to go here in this first. 13-12 is your score. Ruth to her left. Picks up the dribble. Back to Hayes now. Hayes again. 3-pointer earlier in the quarter. See if they set up a look for her. Here's Candy on the left wing. Now to the corner. Hayes thought about the 3. Had a brief moment there. Instead, they'll get it back out to Ruth. Now 7 seconds left to go here. To the wing, Ruth. To the baseline, Candy. Candy, cross-court pass. Overthrew it. It's out of bounds. 2 seconds for Iberia to work with. They'll inbound off the sideline. Trying to pass it across the court. They chucked it into the stands. And again, Iberia will have 2 seconds here. Ball comes into Bauer. Bauer's shot going to be blocked by Ruth. And that'll be the end of that. So, that'll be the end of one with Iberia leading by 1 point. It's 13-12. We'll have the second quarter here for you after 60 seconds. Actually, 30 seconds to be precise. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Basketball Championship here on 97.9 The Source.
113 years and still going strong. That's the Bank of Crocker, who opened their doors in 1911 when Crocker was a small railroad town. And while they're still a small town, banking services from the Bank of Crocker are as modern as any financial institutions in the big cities. Android and Apple mobile banking apps let you do your banking from anywhere around the globe. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is just a click away. They've also added branches in Waynesville, St. Robert, and Richland through the years. It's a world apart from what it was back in 1911, but the personal hometown banking service has not changed. The Bank of Crocker, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And into the second quarter we go here in Lakeway, the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Championship. 13-12 is our score at the moment. It's the Iberia Lady Rangers out in front. A free throw from Aislinn Bauer. The margin of the lead right now. Connor Harbert here with you tonight. Again, 97.9 The Source. Tomorrow, the Boys Basketball Championship. 2 new schools go at it. The number 1 seed Eugene Eagles off a 29-point victory over Stoutland. They will take on the Newburgh Wolves, number 2 seed. Newburgh also picking up a double-digit win over Crocker on Thursday. So here we go. Crocker with the basketball. Pass to the left wing is actually tipped out of bounds here by Rowden. And so we'll quickly re-inbound here a little bit further down the sideline now. Leading the way right now for Crocker. That would be 2 players with 3, Olivia Hayes, Emma Ruth. Leading the way right now for Iberia, got 2 with 4, Alexa Rowden and Kay Humphrey. Here at the volleyball line, it is going to be Ament. On to Hayes now. Hayes, 1 dribble, now on over to Ruth. Crocker very patient and measured on offense over the last few possessions, I'd say. But now it's on over to Hayes on the right wing. Candy on the baseline. Gonna pop the jumper. Good. Crocker back out in front. Candy now your leading scorer tonight for Crocker. It's 14-13. Right wing here, it's Tressie Brown. Now on over to Rowden. Checking in, by the way, for the first time here for Iberia, it's Chloe Edwards. Crocker still yet to make a substitution in this game. Here's Yoakum. Just shy of the top of the key. Now on over to Rowden on the left wing. Edwards trying to work, trying to seal, trying to get that lob in. Doesn't have quite the height of Humphrey, but still quite tall. Not going to get it. Instead, Brown will drive on in. Think we're going to be whistled for the double dribble. Yep, that's the call. And it is Lady Lion basketball once again. Winner of this one moves on to the sectional rounds here in next week. Got a quick turnaround on that. That'll actually be on Monday. So after a nice little weekend for you, we'll be back to it. Of course, we'll have that one for you, no matter who wins this one. Winner of this game will take on the winner of the District 10 Championship. That's down to 2 schools as well. Tell you about that when we get a moment. Crocker passing the ball around here. Emma Ruth, three-pointer off the backboard. Rebounded underneath by, that was Olivia Hayes, but she missed the putback. Iberia on the rebound. Soft pass down the floor. Could have been picked off. Crocker not ready for it. Instead, they'll pass it around the perimeter. Lob comes into Rowden. Rowden looking to work here on Candy. Shot from 5 is good. Rowden now leading the Lady Rangers with 6. And it's 15-14. District 10, they're down tonight to their final 2 teams. That is not Higbee. That's the wrong district. Or is it? It's not. Well, actually, that's the boys' side of things. Here's a basket, though, back the other way. I stun-locked myself. Lexi Ament good for 2. Ament now with 4 herself here. Crocker back out in front, 16-15. I was like, I know it's not Higbee. And I know it's not Class 1. Apologies there. Here's a ball thrown out of bounds. Looking for the lob to Edwards. The pass was too high, and it's Crocker basketball. It's either going to be Bakersfield or Norwood. Of course, Norwood, defending district champions. Those of you who followed Iberia last year would know. Norwood defeated Iberia in that sectional round over in Lebanon. Olivia Hayes, left corner, steps inside the three-point line. Top of the key, Ruth. On over now to Ament. Ament, deep 3, nothing but net. Another 3 here for Crocker. Lions using that outside shooting to their advantage. Ament now with 7 tonight. It's a large, well, it is the largest lead of the game here by 4. Not a very large lead in total, 19-15. Got a Crocker sub coming up here in a moment. It's Tessa Danielson at the scoring table. Ball's loose on the floor. We're going to dive on it. We'll get a jump. Arrows pointing to Iberia. So Danielson will check in here. She will replace Hayes, it looks like. And it'll be Iberia to inbound from the baseline, right side of their own basket. Already 3 minutes gone by in this second quarter. 5 minutes to go till the first half. Brown going to her right. Moving screen going to be called here on Yoakum. It's an offensive foul, a moving screen. Yoakum will pick up her first. And it's Crocker ball, a chance to make it a 5 or 6 point lead. Maybe even 7. Maybe even 8 if you get the very rare 4-point play. Anything's possible. Here's Danielson. Going to pop the 3 from the corner. Missed it short. Rebounded by Rowden. Lots of contact. No, they're going to say Rowden stepped out of bounds. And it's going to be Crocker ball underneath. Iberia wanted the foul there on Danielson, who made a lot of contact with Rowden. But they'll say Rowden's foot was out of bounds when she had control of the basketball. It's Danielson, top of the key. She'll take the inbounds pass to Candy. On the left elbow. Drives around Yoakum. Floater, middle of the lane. Got it. Crocker starting to pull ahead a little bit here. They lead by 6, 21-15. Candy now with 6 in this first half. Brown dribbling toward her right. To the elbow. Lobbed it into Rowden. Rowden going to be called for the charge. Taking the charge there, Carly York. And now we're going to get a whistle. Are we going to change them foul? We're going to get a... What? We're going to get an offensive foul. Trying to figure out what's going on here. We did get a charge called on Rowden. But else, what did we also have there? Was that an intentional foul called against Rowden as well? I'm trying to figure out what's happening here. But it looks like we are going to shoot, and I think it was called an intentional foul on Rowden. Not quite sure what happened there. There was no pushing and shoving. Might have been something. Usually you see an intentional foul when something's said, or not when something's said. I'm going to have to watch the tape back on that, because I'll be honest with you, I have no idea how the intentional foul was called there. I'm not doubting. If they saw it, but judging by the fact we're still talking about it down there, there might be a question or two about it. But as it stands, that will be the second and third here on Alexa Rowden. Rowden is no longer here on the floor, and so we will take some technical free throws here. It'll be Gretchen Candy who steps to the line here with 4:13 to go in the half. Like I said, I'll have to go back and watch that tape later to figure out what exactly happened there. First free throw up and away is good. Candy now with 7. Second free throw is no good. So Candy will increase the lead here to 7, and Crocker will get the basketball here with 4:13 left to go in the half. If it's a technical, then it's a technical. But the intentional foul was called, and that usually requires some kind of contact. But again, I just don't know. Luckily, we'll have halftime here in about 4:13, and I've got a man to my right who can probably rewind it back a little bit. We'll see. We'll see. But anyway, we got a rest of the first half to call here. In the corner, out to the right wing now, it's going to be Danielson. Now on over to Ruth. Ruth back on over to Danielson. Back to Ruth here on the right wing. By the way, checking back in for Iberia was Edwards. Three-pointer left wing, good. Tessa Danielson puts it through. Another three here for Crocker. And just like that, it's an 11-0 run. It's a 10-point Crocker lead. And we'll get a timeout taken here by Coach Austin. Iberia will take their first timeout of the game. It looks to be a 30-second timeout, so let's keep it right here. As again, I remind you, that sectional game will be played on Monday, February 26th. So make sure you tune on in. I do not know where it is at and when it is at, but of course, we will be the first ones to update you when we know. Of course, I got to get my credential request in pretty much as soon as I know. So it's like, I'll definitely be the first one to know, and I'll be up nice and bright and early tomorrow. Got to work the 5 to 9 shift here on The Source. And so, stay tuned for more info on that. Like I said, we'll be covering that no matter who wins this one. As both our schools tonight, members of the much-esteemed Frisco League. We get back to it here after the Iberia timeout. Again, 4 timeouts remaining for Iberia. 25-15, 3:34 left to go. Lob coming into Humphrey. No, it's tipped away by York, but the ball also touched the hand of Humphrey, and it's going to be Crocker ball. Not a protest there from Iberia, so looks like that was the correct call, and it's going to be the Lady Lions trying to make it an even bigger lead. Again, this was a 15-14 game, but now we'll get a travel here called on Crocker. They'll hand it right on back. Travel coming across half court with it. And so Iberia will again try to make this a single-digit deficit. 3:23 now left to go in the half. Tressie Brown across half court, top of the key, going to try to hand it off to Bauer. Comes up with it, now to Brown. The lob into Edwards. Edwards puts it in. Back to 8 we go, 25-17. Again, Edwards, 17 points in the win against Richland. A lot of those points from the free throw line, but also was able to put some shots down from the field. That's how she got to the line so many times. She was a force inside. Three-pointer, Emma Ruth, another one. Crocker just nailing them from outside right now. Ruth with her second three. She's got 6, and the lead's again double digits at 11 now, 28-17. Top of the key here, Bauer, moving toward her left. Sets her feet, going into Edwards. Edwards fights through traffic, blocking foul. Edwards to the line here, she's shooting 2. Crocker trying to get the charge there, didn't get it that time. Carly York picks up the foul. Her first, team first here in this second. First free throw, no good for Edwards. Edwards, 2 points tonight. Second free throw now is good. Edwards will go 1 of 2, 3 points total, 10-point game, 28-18. Here's Ruth, now Danielson. Ruth, top of the key. Dribbling off toward her right. Now to the corner here, Ament. Moving toward her left, lob coming in, ball tipped, stolen by Humphrey, although Candy will get a hand on it, but she sends it out of bounds trying to save it. It is Iberia ball in the end. Another 15 seconds have gone by here. 2:18 left to go in the half. Brown, left wing, lob. Going to be easily stolen away by Candy. Candy going to lob one down the floor. The race to it. Lexi Ament has it. Left side layup. Bucket and the foul. Lexi Ament runs that basketball down. The pass was admittedly a little long, but Ament picks it up on the run, gets the layup and the foul. Has a chance to become our first player tonight in double digits. That foul was called on Jalen Piggott, who picks up her third. Two very important players for Iberia, now with 3 fouls each. Rowden and Piggott. So Ament at the line here, her first and only free throw this time round. Puts it on through. Ament now your first player in the double digits with 10. 13-point game here, 31-18. Said this one might be a low-scoring affair. Well, Crocker's had it going on offensively. Here's Yoakum through the lane. Travel's going to be called. Iberia has just collapsed a little bit here. Ever since, again, that 15-14 score. They've been outscored 17-3 in these last 5 minutes or so. Emma Ruth, middle of the floor here. Going toward her right. Now on into the corner here, Danielson. Back out to the wing, Ruth. Here is Ament. Ament over to Danielson. Gonna pop the three. Good. Jet, another three here for Crocker. They're getting open shots off of this Iberia zone. And now that lead is 16. Another attempted pass inside. Candy got a hand on it again, but it goes out of bounds. It's Ranger ball. Again, Tessa Danielson, we haven't really talked a lot about her. One of the first players off the bench each night for Crocker. Also a freshman for this Lady Lions team. Three-pointer for Bauer, missed it. High rebound, brought down by Edwards. Had it blocked from behind. Loose ball, picked up by Ament. Ament's got open court here. Layup from the right side is good. A block, a steal, a bucket. Ament's got 12. 18-point lead. Crocker, just like that, is doubling up Iberia. Left elbow to the block here, Edwards. Edwards fighting through, gets fouled, back to the line for 2. So Edwards will get her second chance at the line here. Get a whistle, official timeout, tying shoes down there. As Edwards steps to the line. 1:02 left to go here. Foul was called on Candy, who picks up her second. Edwards at the line here. Olivia Hayes checking back in now for Candy. Before we get this first free throw, we're all set and ready to go. It was Ament who had to tie her shoe real quick. But we are at the line. Edwards, a junior. First free throw, good. Now, before we take that second one, was a timeout called. Didn't hear a whistle, but I think we actually have something on the court. Yep, they got the cleaning crew out, so they got to clean someone up real quick. I'll keep it right here with you until I think we might be going a little longer here. Might be blood, might be something like that. It might have been. I'm looking over at the Crocker bench. It looks like Candy. Nope, that's York. They're actually bandaging York up on the bench over there. So it looks like it might be a little blood. That's why we're paused here, but that's easily cleaned. And we'll get it going here. Haley Stewart will take the place of York on top of Hayes, also coming in for Candy. And again, it will be Edwards to step to the line here. One more for Edwards. She's got 4 points now with that first made free throw. Trying to bring it back to 16. Stands 17, 36-19. Lots of teens there at the second. Here's Edwards. Missed it off the front of the rim. Long rebound is brought in by Brown. Brown off to Humphrey on the low block. Shot good. Count the bucket and the foul. So the missed free throw does lead to 2 points in the end, and it might lead to 3. So the foul will be charged to, I do not recall. See, there were 2 players on the block there. It's going to be charged to Hayes, who picks up her second. So York checks back in for Stewart now. It is Humphrey at the line, shooting 1. Shot up, shot off the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Ament. So it stays 15 here, under a minute to go in the half. Again, 36-21. At the line here, Brooklyn Newman about to check in if we get a dead ball here. Hayes, right wing to Ruth, back to Hayes. Taking their time here. Crocker might be hanging on for the final shot. We'll see if they start to put some things in motion here. It's Hayes moving toward the left. Now Ruth at the half-court line. She'll be picked up by Yoakum. Get a screen from Hayes, now pass it on back to Hayes. Gonna go toward the left corner here. Now over to Ament. 15 seconds to go now. Ament gonna hand it off to Ruth. 12 seconds now, 11 and 10. Ruth back toward her left. Now 7 seconds here. Gonna pick up the dribble to the right wing, Ament. Ament penetrating, free throw line. The floater rims out, rebounded by York. She'll put it up, missed it short. It's rebounded by Iberia, and that'll be it for the first half. But a bit of an explosion, scoring-wise, here for the Crocker Lady Lions. Means they take a double-digit lead into the break. 15 points, in fact, 36-21. We'll do what we always do. Let's take a few minutes. We'll get the books in order, and we'll come back and talk about some things. We'll get you all set up for that third and decisive fourth quarter tonight. But again, your score, Crocker 36, Iberia 21. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Girls Championship game here on 97.9 The Source.
Lakeway R5 schools are proud of the academic success of their youth. Hard work and dedication of the students is what it takes to achieve goals. The Lakeway R5 schools are dedicated to the education of their students, and the teachers and administration work hard to prepare them for the future. Lakeway R5 schools encourages students to be involved in school activities. This message of support brought to you by Lakeway R5 schools.
If you are seeking employment and love working around children, the Plato School District is looking for you. The Plato School District is currently seeking qualified applicants for bus drivers and sub-bus drivers to drive routes. To apply for this or any other open positions, all you need to do is go online to platorv.org. Click on the menu button and scroll down to employment. Online applications are available. Positions and descriptions are outlined. The Plato RV School District is an equal opportunity employer.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why our agents work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Isn't it time to check Shelter out? Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your Shelter Insurance agent in Crocker.
Would you like a job with a 4-day work week? How about great benefits? I've got some great news for you because the Stoutland R2 School District is hiring bus drivers now. Starting pay at $22.43 per hour for a 4-hour workday, along with paid life, health, dental, and long-term disability insurance benefits. Applicants must possess a valid Missouri CDL with passenger and school bus endorsements or the ability to obtain them, as well as pass a drug test and a physical. For more information or to apply, visit stoutlandschools.com. Children's education is important, and you can help get them there.
Hi, I'm Gina Hillhouse with Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. We are committed to our neighbors. When you bank locally, our local dollars are invested in our local communities with local lenders and local decisions. With locations in Camdenton, Plato, and Lebanon at Heritage Bank, we are genuinely neighbor-serving neighbors. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
WIC is here to help your growing family thrive. WIC is a supplemental nutrition program providing healthy foods, free nutrition education, and community referrals. If you are pregnant or have a child under the age of 5, you or your child may be eligible for WIC. With a card to use at the store and more fruit and vegetable dollars, it's a great time to be on WIC. Call the Pulaski County Health Center at 573-774-3115 to learn more. That's 573-774-3115. This institution is an equal opportunity provider.
You didn't think it would get this far. It was an innocent mistake. Your attorney will fix things eventually, but right now you got a bigger problem. You need $5,000 to get out of jail, and you don't have a clue how to get it.
Angie Hale Bail Bonds. Compassionate, professional, and serving you 24/7. When legal trouble strikes, call 573-855-4733. That's 573-855-4733. Angie Hale Bail Bonds. Historic Route 66, Waynesville.
And back here at the Lakeway High School Gymnasium, we are at halftime of this girls' championship game, Class 2 District 9. It's the Crocker Lady Lions out in front. They have a double-digit lead over Iberia, 36-21. Crocker on its game offensively. Iberia a little bit of a slip up there in the second quarter. But as I've said, over the last few days, and probably at least a few times over the course of the regular season, if you can build a 15-point lead, you can lose a 15-point lead in the half. This one is not over yet, but at the moment, this one certainly favors the Crocker Lady Lions. Again, 36-21. Let's go ahead and take a look at some numbers here from that half. First and foremost, we'll take a look at Iberia. 13 points. We're leading the way at the end of the first quarter, but just 8 points in that second quarter. So again, just 21 first half points for the Lady Rangers. Leading the way right now for Iberia, that would be 2 players with 6, actually. Alexa Rowden's got 6, and then Kay Humphrey also has 6 here as well. Those are your 2 leaders. But again, Rowden currently sitting with 3 fouls after picking up that intentional foul. I did go back and watch the tape, and so I do know what caused it. Now, I won't know if there's anything more than that or whatever, but I can tell you that there was something that happened there that did lead to that intentional foul. It wasn't just a ghost foul like I was maybe but not actually implying. So there's your story on that. 3 points for Chloe Edwards, 2 points for Tressie Brown, 2 points for Jalen Piggott, and then 1 point for Aislinn Bauer here tonight. Again, Iberia, 12 first quarter points, just 8 in the second half. By that I mean 13 and 8. They've got 21 here at halftime. Now we take a look at Crocker. Again, Crocker's been on its game from outside here tonight. We talked about it. They're a sharp-shooting team. Well, it turns out they've been able to find some open space here against this Iberia zone to create this 15-point lead. They've got the game's only double-digit scorer here at the moment. Lexi Ament, she's currently sitting with 12. Also, Gretchen Candy has got 7 here at the moment. 2 players with 6, Tessa Danielson and Emma Ruth. Again, each of those players have 2 threes apiece. Olivia Hayes has a 3-pointer, and then Carly York has 2 points inside as well. Crocker, only 12 points in the first quarter, but had a 24-point second quarter. Outscored Iberia 24-8, and now lead here by 15. We're going to take one more timeout. I got the batters to play here tonight. Did not get many breaks in that first half. Let's come back in a few minutes, and we'll get you all set up for that second half. Third quarter on the way in the Class 2 District 9 Girls Basketball Championship. You're listening to it on 97.9 The Source.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's year-end blowout time at Seeger Toyota of St. Robert, and with that comes the best selection of new Toyotas we've had for some time, including over 50 new Tundras either on the ground, on the way, or being built. Plus 2023 gas model Tundras have up to a $1,500 Toyota financial incentive. 300 new Seeger Toyotas to choose from. 54 years of Seeger Toyota experience, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from your Seeger Toyota of St. Robert next to Walmart and 24/7 at SeegerToyota.net.
36 months with approved credit expires January 2nd, 2024.
"113 years and still going strong. That's the Bank of Crocker, who opened their doors in 1911 when Crocker was a small railroad town. And while they're still a small town, banking services from the Bank of Crocker are as modern as any financial institutions in the big cities. Android and Apple mobile banking apps let you do your banking from anywhere around the globe. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is just a click away. They've also added branches in Waynesville, St. Robert, and Richland through the years. It's a world apart from what it was back in 1911, but the personal hometown banking service has not changed. The Bank of Crocker, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Saying goodbye to those we love is made a little easier. Just knowing your memories are safely kept within Sunset Memorial Estates Cemetery. This is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Burial at our Sunset Memorial Estates provides the respect and personalized ceremony families expect and offers many options to military families, including personalized monument selection. For more information, contact Memorial Chapels and Crematory.
Lady Rangers. Connor Harbert here with you tonight, 97.9 The Source. There'll be no trickery here for Crocker with the basketball. Of course, pulled off a slick little trick in their game against Lakeway back a couple days ago, but this time round Iberia on the right side of the floor, so we'll just get it going here. Again, Crocker trying to build on that double-digit lead. Top of the key here, Olivia Hayes. Looks like starters out on the floor for both sides. Three-pointer here for Hayes, rims out, and it's rebounded by Humphrey. Again, Crocker going to need to try to keep up that offensive pace here. The three-pointer essential to building that 15-point lead, but the shots go cold here. Iberia could try to claw their way back in. We know Iberia can put up points. Here's an up and under. There you go. Bucket in the foul. So Aislinn Bauer will get the baseline. She'll put it up. She'll put it in. And she'll get a chance at an and one here. Foul's going to be charged to Emma Ruth, who picks up foul number 2. Team foul number 1, of course, for the third. Bauer's free throw is good. Bauer now 2 for 3 from the stripe tonight. She's got 4 total. And it's already a 12-point game, 36-24, just 30 seconds in to this third quarter. Ruth across half court, going to hand it off to Ament. Left wing on over now, it's Olivia Hayes. Backdoor cut here for Ruth, now going into the corner. Ruth now inside to Candy. Candy the lob to York. York going to be fouled by Bauer. And we're going to quickly go back to the line the other way now. So both teams picking up their fouls here in the first minute of the third. This one's called again on Aislinn Bauer, her first. York will hit her first free throw here. 37-24. She'll get another one. It's up and away. Rims out, no good. Rebounded by Humphrey. York now with 3 points tonight, and again, 13 points a deficit. Right side here, Brown. Lob here to Humphrey. Gonna shoot over Candy, missed it, got her own rebound, now fouled from behind. Foul's gonna be called on York. Back to the line here for Kay Humphrey. That'll be number 2 here on York. And now Humphrey stands at the line here. 0 for 1 tonight, had an and one opportunity earlier. First free throw for Humphrey, got the friendly hop, it falls. Off the back of the iron, off the backboard, off the front of the rim, and in. As long as it falls. Now the second free throw for Humphrey, nothing but net this time. Humphrey with 8, now leading Iberia tonight. And it's an 11-point game, 37-26. A good start to the quarter for the Lady Rangers. Still a little bit of work to do. Ruth, top of the key here, Hayes. Back to Ruth now on the right wing. Wing to wing, on over to Hayes now. Hayes, off to Ruth. Top of the key, Hayes, big pump fake, now to Ruth. Ruth, pump fake of her own. To the corner, Candy, now to Ruth. Ruth gonna pop the 3 from the right wing, left side of the rim. Rebounded by Brown. Iberia looking down the floor here. Long pass off to Bauer. Bauer on the right block. Shot blocked by Ruth. Ball's going to be picked up eventually that's going to be picked up by Bauer. Bauer ripped it away from Crocker. They get it back up to the top of the key. Jalen Piggott. Piggott on the right wing. Didn't see a lot of Piggott in that first half. Again, picked up 2 quick fouls. But she's in now. She'll hand it off to Brown. Gets it back. Back to Brown on the right wing. Now the corner Bauer. Bauer looking baseline. Didn't have it that time. They'll go back out to the wing. On the elbow, Rowden. Rowden shot through Candy. Too hard, but she's fouled at the same time. It's going to be 2 free throws here now for Alexa Rowden. Lots of free throws in these first 2 minutes. That'll be Crocker's 3rd foul here in the 3rd. This one picked up by Gretchen Candy, who's now the first Crocker player tonight with 3. Rowden's first. Good. Rowden now 3 for 3 from the line tonight. 7 points total. And can make it a single-digit game here. Second free throw would make it 9. Shot up. Shot good. Rowden still perfect. Rowden's got 8. And it's a 9-point game, 37-28. Slowly but surely, but before we get to it, we're going to get a timeout taken here by Crocker. So Coach Bildner going to take his first timeout, the full timeout. We're back in 60. 37-28 here with 5:50 to go in the 3rd. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 championship game. 97.9 The Source.
At Ed Morris Ford in St. Robert, we've got your back when it comes to saving money on vehicles. That's because we have outstanding deals and a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Cars, trucks, SUVs, they're all priced to move today. Get big cash rebates and low financing that will save you thousands. Plus, you'll get the best customer service possible. To save big, make it by Ed Morris Ford in St. Robert or visit edmorrisfordstrobert.com and get backed by Morris today.
In sports, success is measured in the number of points scored, in games won, and in championships earned. At Shelter Insurance, we measure success in the quality of our products and services, in our community support, and being there when you need us. In fact, 9 out of 10 people surveyed with a claim would recommend Shelter to a friend. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
For a free insurance review,
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, John Gregory, your Shelter Insurance agent in Crocker.
Or stop by and see me, Dave Howlett, your Shelter Insurance agent in Richland.
And back to it here after the full Crocker timeout. 37-28 in favor of Crocker, but that lead shrunk just a little bit. Again, led by 15. But now again leading by only 9. Here's Olivia Hayes, left wing, spinning back toward her right, now going to the left baseline. Candy a pump fake, now going to throw it almost away. Ruth able to run it down in the corner on the right side of the floor. Ruth driving inside the three-point line, dribbles across the lane, now gets it on over to Olivia Hayes. Hayes at the volleyball line. Hayes on to Ruth. Ruth on to Hayes. Hayes on to Ruth again, just passing amongst themselves. Back to Hayes on the right wing. Now Ruth, top of the key. Ball tipped, out of bounds it goes. It was touched by Piggott. Stays here with Crocker. Here's Candy on the inbounds. They'll run a set piece, but it'll quickly come into Hayes. Hayes going to set up the offense from there. 5:02 now left to go in the 3rd. Ruth, pump fake from way out. Still got Piggott to bite on it, but she'll dribble around, now brings it back out. Top of the key again, Hayes. And back to Ruth. Now Crocker going to try to penetrate. Right block, York, shot blocked by Humphrey. Foul's going to be with the body. Certainly was clean up top, but I think we're going to see a foul call with the body here. Yep, that'll be the case. And heading to the line here, it's Carly York. Humphrey picks up the first. First shot up is good. York now 2 for 3 from the line, 4 points total. And again, it's a 10-point lead. That was Iberia's second team foul, by the way, as York hits the second. 5 points now. 39-28. 40 seconds till the halfway point of this 3rd. Top of the key, Brown. Brown the lob to Rowden. Rowden on the right block, brings it back out to the corner. Picks up the dribble now, goes out to the wing, Piggott. Looking for the cut from Bauer, didn't have it. Instead, they'll go to Brown, top of the key. Now Bauer driving baseline. She's got it. Layup, good. Bauer's looking baseline. Crocker's not really willing to seal that off. Bauer's going to make him pay here. Hayes on to Candy. Candy on to Ruth. Ruth ball on hip here. Now Piggott going to come out and guard. Going to the right side here, Hayes. Lobbed pass on over to Ruth. Ruth passing to the left baseline. Candy just going to pop the long two over Humphrey. Left it short. Rebounded by Piggott. Piggott moving down the right side of the floor here. Jukes to her left. Almost got around Ament. Ament got a hand on it, but her foot was out of bounds. Iberia catches a break here. They'll keep it underneath their own basket. Left side here. 3:52 now left to go in the third. It's 39-30. 9-point Crocker lead. Ball inbounded to Bauer. To the corner again, Rowden. Rowden bringing it to her left. Now here's Piggott on the drive. Out to Brown. Three-pointer left wing. Good. We're back to 6. Tressie Brown from outside. Iberia hasn't had the three-pointer too much tonight. In fact, it might be their first three tonight. I'm thinking, maybe. Yeah, it has to be. Looking at the other scores here. First three of the night for the Lady Rangers. And again, it's 39-33. Emma Ruth, left wing to the baseline, Candy. Candy squaring up to the basket. Mid-range jumper, again too short. Crocker wanted the foul there on Humphrey, but they didn't get it. Ball coming down the floor. Iberia trying to make this a 4-point or 3-point game. Ball stripped, but out of bounds. Last touch by Ruth. Still Iberia ball. 2-pointer makes it 4. 3-pointer makes it 3. Like I said at half, I don't say that just because it sounds good. You can build a 15-point lead. You can lose a 15-point lead. They've lost 9 points of that lead, but still time to turn this one around for Crocker. Ball inbound to Rowden. Foul will be called. That's team foul number 4. It's going to quickly be called here on Tessa Danielson, who checked in there. Must have been looking at my screen, but Danielson will get her first personal. Again, team 4th. That's the important number there. Any more fouls, Iberia shooting. Alexa Rowden, right wing to Piggott. Now to Brown. Brown guarded by Hayes here. Lob inside. Rowden, middle of the lane. Shot through Danielson's no good, but rebounded by Humphrey. Back out to the left wing. Bauer to make it a one-possession game. No, left side of the rim. Rebounded by Brown. Brown is fouled. And we're to the line for 2. So York picks up the foul here. That's her third. And at the line here, trying to make it a 4-point game, is Tressie Brown. First shot up. Good. Brown is a perfect 3 for 3 from the line tonight. She'll get a second here in a moment. Candy back in the ball game now, replacing Hayes. Again, as Brown stands at the line here for number 2. Up and away. Good. So Brown goes 2 for 2. She's got 7 tonight. Not too far away from the top score for Iberia. And the lead is 4, 39-35. It's an 11-point swing here for Iberia in this quarter. Ament on to Danielson. Left baseline here, Candy. Back out to Danielson. Danielson, the long three-pointer, missed it, rimmed out. Out of bounds, last touch by Humphrey. Crocker keeps control. I may or may not have said it at halftime. Sometimes the shooting runs dry. You might remember that second quarter. Crocker could do no wrong from outside. They're taking the same open shots. Only difference is they're not making them here. Danielson, nice set piece there. Got Danielson an open shot from about 7. She'll put it on through. Danielson now with 8, 41-35. A little bit of breathing room here for the Lions. Here's Piggott, right baseline. Back up the 4 over to Brown. Brown dribbling to her left with her right. Dangerous game there. Here comes the lob. York got a hand on it, but Humphrey still comes up with it and puts it on in. York playing them out as well as you could on that particular play. The only problem is you got to make sure you come down with it. Humphrey able to use her height there. Won the pseudo jump ball, 41-37. Humphrey now your first Lady Ranger into double digits. She's got 10. Ruth, top of the key, left side here, Ament. Ament going left baseline. The runner got it. Back out to 6. Ament leading all scores with 14, 43-37. A little bit of back and forth scoring here for you now. Brown over now to Bauer. Bauer, free throw line. The runner back the other way. Short, rebounded by Piggott. Piggott missed the shot. Ball loose again, run down by Brown. Brown going to be fouled from behind. And if that's the case, we're shooting 2. Nope, they're going to say out of bounds on Crocker. So no foul, no free throws. But Rowden will inbound here to Brown. 1:10 to go in the third. Top of the key on to Piggott. Piggott picked up by Ament. Backdoor cut. Aislinn Bauer. Easy layup for 2. Bauer again from the baseline. Crocker's got to find a way to seal that off. 43-39. Bauer now with 8. I believe 6 of those 8 have been in this quarter. Here is Ament to the elbow. Candy. Top of the key again, Ruth. Ruth to the right elbow. Now to Danielson. 43 seconds to go in the period. Danielson leaps, throws it on to Ruth. Back to the left elbow here. York. Top of the key, Ruth. Ruth on the drive here. Goes through Humphrey. Underhanded layup. Missed it. Rebounded by York. York will be fouled. And it's 2 free throws here for, again, Carly York. Trying to get it back out to 6. So the foul's called here on Alexa Rowden, who picks up number 4. First player tonight with 4. York makes the first free throw. Rowden would be a big loss here for Iberia. They're going to leave her out there for now. Lots of trust for the final 31 seconds. Second free throw for York. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Humphrey. York with 6, 5-point game. 2 points would make it a 1-possession game now with that missed free throw. Here's Bauer left wing. On to Piggott. Piggott looking for 3. Got it! We're back to 2. Jalen Piggott for 3. She's got 5, 44-42. 12 seconds to go in the quarter. Crocker, final chance though. Ament has it stripped, picks it back up to the wing, floats one to the baseline. Candy back to the top of the key. Ruth for 3. No, off the rim, rebounded by York. York will be fouled with 0.3 on the clock, and Crocker will shoot 2 to end the quarter. Foul's going to be called on Kay Humphrey, her second, and it is York to the line. York has taken more free throws tonight than any other player in the game. She's previously 4 for 6. Needs to make both to make it a 2-possession game. First one up, good. York now with 7 tonight. Again, won't be much time for Iberia to do anything with this. They just need to make sure they bring in the rebound. Can't let it tip. Second free throw, though, is good. Bit of a non-issue. Not going to get the shot off. And it will be 4-point lead for Crocker into the final quarter of play. But Iberia has erased what was a 15-point lead. These final 8 minutes, well, they're going to be pretty darn decisive. We'll see who comes out on top here. Who's moving on to sectionals, Crocker or Iberia? We're back in 60 seconds here on 97.9 The Source.
Are you tired of all the games that other furniture stores play? At Paul's Furniture, we've got the biggest name brands at the guaranteed lowest prices. You come in, you're going to see that price on it. The next time you come in, it's going to be the exact same price because we always have the best deals, the best prices, and the biggest name brands with free delivery. We're going to do whatever it takes to earn your business at Paul's Furniture. That's what's made us the #1 furniture store in Pulaski and Phelps County for the last 30 years. Or if you're tired of the games that others play, come see us at Paul's Furniture.
Get the good stuff 7 days a week at your Napa Parts store. St. Robert Auto Supply off Missouri Avenue. And get the Napa know-how. Wintertime driving is tough. You don't want to wait to get caught off guard. That old saying, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, certainly applies to wintertime driving. Napa batteries, windshield wipers, jumper cables, battery chargers, all the good stuff to keep your vehicle looking and running its best is what you'll find at your Napa Parts store. St. Robert Auto Supply open 7 days a week just off Missouri Avenue.
One more quarter to play here in Lakeway. Potentially one more quarter. It's a Crocker 4-point lead, but a lead that was once 15 has been whittled down. Iberia, they carry a lot of the momentum here into the final quarter, but whoever wins this one's pretty much gonna take it home. Here's a pass to the wing, almost tipped away by Ruth. Actually did get a hand on it, sent it into the Iberia crowd. We'll do it again here from the sideline. Again, it's Rowden to inbound, playing out there with 4 personals. Pass off to Bauer, trying to look inside, didn't have it. Instead, they'll throw it back up the floor here to Piggott. Piggott back to the left wing, over to Aislinn Bauer. She had a great third quarter. Pass on over down to Brown. Brown picked up here. Crocker looks like it's a man-to-man, by the way. Out to the corner. Bauer for 3. No, missed it long. Rebounded, though, by Chloe Edwards. Goes over the top of York. Missed it. Rebounded by Rowden. She'll put it up and in. The offensive rebounding for Iberia. And now we'll get a whistle. Timeout taken here by Crocker. We are down to 2. It's a 1-possession game once more with 7:24 left to go. It's a 30-second timeout. We keep it right here. As I remind you that the first meetings between these two teams both resulted in 2-point wins. One for Iberia, one for Crocker. In fact, those first two meetings were about around this scoreline. I believe it was 44-42 the second time round, 47-45 the first time round. Iberia took the first meeting, Crocker took the second meeting. But we're going to go just a little bit higher here tonight. At least I think so. I don't think either side's going to go 7-24 without scoring. But this one going to be an exciting conclusion to be sure. Crocker with the basketball again coming out of what was their second timeout, their first 30-second timeout, so they have one left here. Out of their three. Emma Ruth going to her right sideline now, gets around Piggott. To the elbow, ball tipped away by Rowden. She's got open space. Here comes the layup, left side. No, she lost the dribble, had to bring it back out to the quarter. That would have almost certainly tied the game. But Iberia still controls the basketball here. She's going to the left wing, trying to go inside. Ball tipped back into the hands, though, of Bauer, who was able to get there first. Bauer has it stripped, falls on it. Ruth will dive on the basketball. She picks it up. We're going to get a whistle and a travel call on Ruth. She went back to her knees. That is a traveling violation. Coach Bildner down there could not get the timeout in time, and it's ball back over to Iberia. It's one of those rules that just doesn't feel right, but it is. Here's Piggott. Piggott, the layup, missed it. Rebounded by Candy. Candy will throw it down the floor to Ruth. Ruth has a pass down the floor. Lexi Ament, nobody around. Left block, high off the glass and good. Lexi Ament with 16 tonight. 48-44, back to a two-possession game. Piggott almost lost it, but gets it off to Brown. Brown trying to go through York. Did she get the charge? No, she did not. They're actually going to say, how was it given to Danielson when York was trying to take the charge? First of all, I think it was a charge. But second of all, trying to get called there on Danielson. Not quite sure. Another one I have to go back and watch the replay. Either way, Tessa Brown at the line. She's going to sink the first. There's got to be someone I missed there. Nobody seems to really be protesting it here. So maybe I just did not see what happened there. But either way, Brown's going to miss the second. It's rebounded by Ruth. So it's down to three here, 48-45. Lexi Ament. Layup, left side, off the rim and in. Through contact. Ament now with 18, 50-45. Might have been a hand check now that I think about it. Brown, left wing, Bauer. Bauer guarded by Ruth. Going to hand it back to Brown now. Again, a two-possession game once more. It's 5. Brown going to get off Ruth here. Now we'll throw it left side here to Piggott. Piggott spinning to her left to the wing now. Going toward the baseline. Comes up to the block. Shot off the front of the rim. Missed it. Rebounded by nobody yet. Think we're going to get a jump. That's a jump. Arrow pointing to Crocker. 5:42 to go. We'll wait for Lexi Ament to tie her shoe here real quick. Now we'll get going. Again, 5.5 minutes to go in this girls' district championship game. The Lions trying to get revenge for a year ago. Iberia trying to make it back-to-back district titles. Emma Ruth, left corner, going toward her right to the wing. On now to Candy. Candy on the right wing. On now to Danielson. Danielson had it stripped, picks it back up. Gonna hand it on back to Ruth now. Ruth got around Piggott inside the three-point line, driving all the way in. Count the bucket and the foul. Is that number 5 on Rowden? She was in the area. No, it's gonna be called on Edwards. Chloe Edwards will pick up the foul instead. That's her first team foul. So Ruth will get the 2 and can make it 3 from the line. Her first trip tonight. Free throw up and away, no good off the left side of the rim, rebounded by Edwards. So the lead's back to 7 here. Now here's Bauer, left sideline. Picks it up. In a lot of trouble here. Ruth guard with some kind of intensity. Ball tipped by Ament. Gonna get another jump. And that arrow is off toward Iberia. Crocker got the last one. Iberia gets this one. 52-45. Just 7 points. Crocker's built that lead back up just a tad, led by 15 to start the half. Here's a foul called on Danielson. A push going to be called here on Danielson. She'll pick up foul number 3, I believe. Yep, team foul number 2. Rowden to inbound. Goes off to Piggott. Spins to her right. Off the back of the rim. No good. Rebounded by nobody. Another jump ball. This one going toward Crocker. York got her hands in there for Crocker. I believe it was Rowden who got her hands in for Iberia. So the jump means Crocker comes back with it now, trying to build upon the 7-point lead. Danielson, free throw line. Throws it off to the corner, Candy, but misfires the pass. Candy couldn't bring it in. It's a little too high for Candy to handle. Lady Ranger ball once again. We're officially in about, well, we're not officially, about 20 seconds away from the halfway point in this fourth. Here's another ball, dangerous pass. Who's going to get to it on the floor, out of bounds. Last touch by Danielson. Brown was off balance, throwing it to her right. Piggott tried to get to it, actually ended up loose, but Candy got a hand on it, and that was what sent it out of bounds. We get a timeout taken here by Iberia. It's a full timeout, 4:19 to go in this one. We're back in 60. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 Girls Championship, 97.9 The Source.
We all have our faves.
I love baseball.
I love football.
Basketball is my game.
But there's one thing we all love.
Pizza!
If you need to satisfy that competitive appetite, we got your slice right here.
Domino's Pizza in St. Robert is the pizza during and after the game. Try the perfect combo deal. Pizza, side, and a drink for $19.99. Try Domino's Mix and Match is only $6.99. Check it out online at Domino's.com or call your order in at 573-336-3400. Domino's Pizza, 213 St. Robert Boulevard. Looking for a great career? Domino's Pizza St. Robert is hiring all positions. Apply online at jobs.domino's.com.
Choose a career that's not just a job, but a calling. At Phelps Health, we're dedicated to continually improving our patients' lives, our communities, and our organization by providing high-quality, accessible health care. Phelps Health serves over 200,000 residents in South Central Missouri and offers a comprehensive benefits package, including paid time off, tuition starting at $15. Visit phelpshealth.org/careers. Phelps Health, beyond better health.
Out of the Iberia timeout. Ball thrown away, though, by Iberia. Trailing by 7 here. Crocker leads this one, actually 52-45. Got an unconfirmed report. I'm trying to check in and see, but I got an unconfirmed report that Norwood has won the District 10 championship. Winner of this one would face Norwood if that's true. Of course, that's not really important in the grand scheme of things. The most important thing's getting there. Here's a ball on the floor. Travel called on Ruth. Again, Ruth went to her knees after being on the floor. She's going to be tagged for the travel call again, but actually, we're going to get together and talk about it. Let's see. And we will stay with the travel call. So, nothing's going to change here. Iberia controls it. We're officially halfway through the fourth. Here comes the lob. Ball overthrown, trying to hit Brown on the baseline. It'll be sent flying out of bounds. Iberia ball. And by Iberia ball, of course, I mean Crocker basketball. Tell you what, I'm going to close out that tab. We'll worry about that later. Just trying to confirm that report that Norwood had won the District 10 tournament. We got a game here to focus on right now. Plus, I got an assistant to my right who can check on it later. Here's a foul called here on Brown. Got her hands in on Ament. Iberia will pick up its second team foul here. That'll be the first called on Brown. And we'll inbound here from the sideline. Candy to throw it in. Gonna hand it off to Ament. Ament dribbling on the sideline, leaps, ball tipped by Piggott, but Ament gets to it. She'll hand it off to Danielson. Danielson on to Ruth, and back to Danielson again. Danielson to Candy. Candy, hard pass to the elbow to York. York going across the lane to Danielson, back out to Candy. On over now to... Actually, Candy threw it to Ament, back to Candy, now on over to Ruth. They're about the same height. They wear a similar number. They tripped it up more than I would like to admit. Here's Candy, for sure on the right wing. Going toward her right, baseline, trying to float one into Ruth. Easily stolen by Rowden, now a foul from behind here. Ruth trying to poke it loose. She'll pick up the foul instead. Team foul number 3, and it'll be the third here called on Ruth. 4 players for Crocker with 3 fouls. Nobody's picked up their 4th yet. And that's starting to become a little less important down the stretch, although still plenty of time to pick up 2 fouls. Brown, right sideline, cutting back toward her left. Now back to the right. Got around Danielson, pass off to the corner. Bauer looking baseline, dumps it to the left block here. Edwards, good for 2. Back to 5. Timeout taken here by Iberia. We're back to 5 once more, 52-47. It's a 30-second timeout. We keep it right here. I'm going to spend my 30 seconds trying to figure this one out. But of course, you know the drill at this point. Not time to foul just yet. Obviously still above 2 minutes. You're not really thinking about that in a 2-possession game until under a minute. But for Iberia, it becomes a game of being smart with the basketball, protecting the basketball. We've seen a couple of unforced errors here over the last few minutes for Iberia. But also, not being too cowardly. One of the things I think I've seen this week is teams be too scared to take a quick shot here when they're trailing by double digits, or not double digits rather, but just by any margin. When that clock starts to tick, tick, tick away, you need to shoot. You want to give yourself as many opportunities as possible down the stretch. Trailing by 6 and taking 45 seconds out of a minute to shoot a 2-pointer is not ideal basketball. Not saying that's any team in particular. That was just a hypothetical, but I think you understand what I mean. Here's another foul called here on Jalen Piggott. She's going to be called for reaching in. And Piggott will become the second Lady Ranger to hit 4 fouls. She's a freshman chance as the freshman fouls the freshman. I guess that's true both ways. Lots of freshmen in this game. Here's a hard pass, Candy to the right block. Ruth had an open shot, missed it. Rebounded by Danielson. Layup, rims out. Loose rebound. We'll get a jump. Arrows pointing to Iberia. That does shift the arrow back to Crocker, but Iberia will get it for now. As Crocker missed a couple of shots on the block, which would have pushed it to a 3-possession game. See if Iberia can make him pay. Piggott down the left sideline to the wing now. Going to the right baseline, finds Bauer. Bauer again to the left block. Another shot, missed it, but Edwards is fouled and she's going to the line. Chance to make it a 1-possession game here. It's Edwards shooting 2. Fouls tagged here too. Lexi Ament, who picks up her first. Edwards takes the first of 2. Up, good. We're back to 4 here. Edwards now with 6 tonight. And Edwards will set up for the second. 2:08 left on the clock. Second free throw. No good. Rims out. Rebounded by Candy. It stays a 2-possession game here at 4. 52-48. Across the 2-minute line as Ruth comes across half court. Going to her left. Now back to her right. Candy trying to get the backdoor cut. Stolen by Piggott. Piggott will have it stripped by Danielson. She'll come up with the basketball here. Crocker keeps control. Danielson going back toward the wing. Now pass it to the half-court line. It's Candy again. Candy going to pass it off to Ament. Ament looking for the baseline. Has Danielson underneath the basket. Off the rim. No good. Rebounded by Iberia. Going for the 2. Trying to make it a 6-point game. Instead, Iberia can try to bring it back to a 1-possession game. They've done it once before. Trying to do it again. Ball to Edwards. Left block. Fucked it. No. Missed it. But she is fouled once again. She's going to the line. Can make it 2 with 2 makes. But 1 make makes it a 1-possession game. Foul's called here on Gretchen Candy, her 4th. Edwards takes the first. Good. Edwards tonight, 7 points. Second one. No good, rims out, rebounded by York. It's a 3-point game, now a foul charge here to Iberia. And that's going to be number 5 on Jalen Piggott. She'll be the first player to foul out of this game. So Piggott will foul out. Again, 5 points tonight for the freshman. And that's team foul number 4. Not bad in the grand scheme of things. Again, you're probably going to have to foul a little bit down the stretch. But now Chloe Edwards will also check out, as will Kay Humphrey. Kay Humphrey checks in, should say. We got 1:20 to go here. Again, both teams into double bonus. Dribbling down the sideline here, Ruth. Timeout taken by Crocker. So Crocker's going to take a full timeout. They've got 2 remaining. Both teams now with 2 left. We're back in 60 ourselves. 52-49. Crocker leads by 3. Class 2 District 9 Championship here on 97.9 The Source.
I love my quiet time.
I love the big game.
I love the beach. I love my dentist. That's right. He's totally awesome.
At our office, you're not just a patient, you're family. Where good oral health and fun are both number one.
At St. Robert Family Dental, we make sure your entire family is treated just like our family. Invest in a brighter tomorrow. Schedule a professional in-office visit at St. Robert Family Dental Center today and like us on Facebook.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
So Crocker takes its 3rd timeout. They've got 2 timeouts remaining. 52-49, 1:14 left to play. Crocker leads by 3, 52-49, if I didn't already mention that for you. Connor Harbert tonight, 97-9. Nice pass to the right block. Ruth missed the layup. Ball's loose on the floor, picked up by Humphrey. But it's stolen right back by Danielson. Danielson gets it on back here to Candy. Candy going to hang on to it, and on to Ruth again. Crocker, ever so active with the hands, were able to steal it away from Iberia. Ruth going to her right. Iberia coming up and guarding tight. Not fouling just yet. Ball stripped, but a foul. It's going to be a push. Crocker's going to the line. Who is going to the line? I'm not quite sure who was actually the aggrieved there, but the foul is called on Kaya Yoakum, who checked in after the timeout. She picks up number 2. It's going to be Tessa Danielson at the line. 1 makes it a 2-possession game. 2 makes it 5. Danielson. Her first trip to the line tonight. First one up and good. There's her 2-possession game here. It's 4. 53-49. Danielson can put herself in double digits tonight with this second free throw. Second one up. It is no good. Falls off the rim. Stays 4 for the time being. Here comes Tressie Brown. Brown, left sideline here. Danielson there to pick her up. Lob coming into Humphrey. Humphrey on the block. Shot blocked by Candy, but a foul. And Candy will foul out of this game. She's the first Lion to foul out. But that does stop the clock, and it sends Humphrey to the line. But now each team will have 1 player permanently benched. But more importantly, at the line right now, Humphrey is shooting 2. She's got 10 points tonight, tied with Rowden for your highest scoring total on the Iberia side of things. 2 for 3 from the line. Olivia Hayes will replace Candy now. As Humphrey takes the first. It's up and away. No good. Best Iberia can do now is 3. Still can make it a 1-possession game, but they need this free throw. This one's pretty darn important. Second free throw is good. Nothing but net. Timeout taken by Iberia. Believe Iberia has a 30 left. They're going to take a minute timeout, though. And so, we are not going to take a minute. I feel like we need to keep it here. I don't want to miss a single second of the action here. So, 53-50. It's officially, again, a 1-possession game. 41.3 on the clock. Iberia, obviously, with a 1-possession game, don't need to foul right away. They can let a little clock burn, as they're going to almost certainly be looking for the steal. It's kind of a no-duh kind of thing to say, but it is steal first. The worst thing you can do, though, is lose your focus here. Crocker almost certainly going to be playing keep away here. I wouldn't be surprised to see Iberia come out in some kind of a press. But they are moving toward the half court here. Nope, they're going to be called up now by Coach Austin. I was going to say, it would be a little weird to see him pull back into the half court, as you're going to try to force Crocker into a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for here? Perhaps chaos? Confusion? I want to say schadenfreude, but I don't think that's the right word. It's just a word that's in the back of my mind here at the moment for some reason. But either way, 41.3, my vocab aside. And Crocker will inbound here from the baseline. They can move the baseline. And again, Crocker has 2 timeouts remaining. Humphrey going to be sent back to prevent the lob. Ruth moves the baseline, pass it off to York. Now to Ament. Ament going to drive in. The runner over the top of Humphrey. Good! So Ament just decides to take the shot. And the lead is 5 again. 30 seconds to go. Ament now with 20 tonight. Yoakum, left wing. Iberia, they need to shoot quickly. They can't waste time here. Rowden on the right corner. The lob into Humphrey. Ball's going to be tipped. It's loose. It is a jump ball. That's going over to Crocker. Crocker defended the lob. They got somebody in front. They got somebody behind. And it is Crocker basketball with 18.2 on the clock. And now we'll have another timeout taken here by Crocker. Big defensive play here for the Lady Lions. And so this one is a 30-second, full timeout as well. So we'll do the same. We'll just keep it right here. On the Crocker side, we talked about Iberia's goal the last time through. How about Crocker? I think you know what I'm going to say. I've said it pretty much, I feel like I've said it like 90% of the games this called this season. It's time to take care of the basketball. Nothing risky. Got to remember, you have 1 timeout remaining. If it's not there, you don't have to try to force anything. Take the timeout. I'm sure Coach Bildner will understand. Coach Bildner might be the one to take the timeout. And then try it again from the baseline. If you get it in, Iberia will most likely foul you. Again, 5 team fouls already. That sends you to the line. You make both. You make it a 3-possession game with 18.2 on the clock. This one would most likely be over. The worst thing you can do, though, is try to force something and give Iberia an extra crack at it. If you've listened to me covering Waynesville basketball this season, or the Frisco League Tournament, or the Iberia Invitational, you've probably heard me say that a bajillion, quadrillion times. But when it's all said and done, it still rings true. There's a reason why I say it so much, because it is objectively correct. Emma Ruth, she'll be the one to inbound here from the baseline as we get back to it. She cannot move baseline. Having trouble, but finds York in the corner. York, double team, but gets it off to Ruth here. Now 15 seconds on the clock. Off to Ament. Iberia going to chase down. Rowden is going to pick up the foul. If it's called on Rowden, that's number 5. It's actually going to be called here on Brown. So the foul here is called on Brown. And at the line here, trying to ice this one, it is Crocker's leading scorer tonight, Lexi Ament. The freshman has 20 points tonight. First one's up, and good. The lead is now 6. One more, it's a 3-possession game. Ament to the line here. Second one on the way. Up and good. Makes them both. 22 points for Ament. Iberia will inbound. They need to take someone real fast here if they even want to stand a prayer. Brown, the runner through the lane. Off the rim, falls out. Ball is loose, picked up by Rowden. The shot is taken, but this one is over. It will be waved off. Our final score, the Crocker Lady Lions are your Class 2 District 9 champions. They defeat Iberia here tonight, 57-50. Well, tell you what, probably not as easy as it looked it was going to be in halftime, but a win is a win. And Crocker will get the revenge for 2023. So we will do what we always do. Let's take a few minutes. We will come back. We'll see if Coach Bildner makes his way on up here. Of course, they got a trophy to present, so we'll spend a little bit of time here waiting for him. But we'll, of course, talk with Coach Bildner, and we'll get you all set up for Monday's sectional rounds and, of course, tomorrow's boys championship as well. Again, your final score tonight, the Crocker Lady Lions 57, the Iberia Lady Rangers 50. You're listening to the Class 2 District 9 championship game here on 97.9 The Source.
This February, love your drive with Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville. They have offers just for you that are absolutely irresistible, like cash back and cash allowances on 2024 Silverados and Equinoxes. Plus, rates as low as 1.9% off select 2024 models will make your heart race. Don't wait. Fall in love again at Lowe Chevrolet and love your drive like never before. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville, and online at lowechevy.com.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the products and services and savings they offer their friends and families, like eClub. Sign up today and keep up to date on special promotions and events. Log on to tcmarkets.com and find every store's weekly ads right at your fingertips. Print off coupons to save even more money. Check them out on Facebook. Browse recipes too. Town & Country Supermarket is proud of the area youth and proud to be a part of their communities.
In our close-knit school community, every student is valued and respected. With small class sizes and a supportive atmosphere, we foster a sense of belonging and encourage students to explore their interests. Whether it's through extracurricular activities, sports, or through partnerships with WCC Go Caps or local universities for dual credit opportunities, we provide ample opportunities for growth and self-discovery. At Richland School District, we embrace traditions, accept new challenges, and surpass expectations as leaders in rural education.
Ever think about living to be 100 years old? Well, maybe you will. Hello, this is Martin Vernon, owner of Memorial Chapels and Crematory. Making plans and being prepared for events in our lives is the right thing to do. At Memorial Chapels, we offer many choices in funeral planning, and we're always available to discuss options regarding how best you really need to get prepared.
For over 50 years, Post Pawn in St. Robert has been offering the best prices in the area on firearms, ammunition, and shooting and reloading supplies. Also finding gear, as well as pre-owned power tools and compound bows, and new and used musical instruments and supplies. Get a 90-day layaway on anything. And if you have your guns shipped to Post Pawn or selling them to another individual, they only charge a $25 transfer fee. That's Post Pawn in the Gateway Shopping Center in St. Robert.
And again, back here at Lakeway High School, this one is in the books. The Class 2 District 9 champions on the girls' side of the bracket, at least, the Crocker Lady Lions. They hold off a hard-charging Iberia Lady Rangers squad to win this one. Final score, 57-50. Connor Harbert here with you again here. A little bit longer post game than usual as we're waiting to see if Coach Bildner, of course, obviously, want to celebrate with his squad. We'll see if he makes his way on up here or not. But I've got plenty of things to talk about, so let's go ahead and dive on in to your scoring books here for this one. Of course, after the end of the first, Iberia led by 1. It was 13-12. At the end of the first 8 minutes of play. The second quarter, though, was all Crocker. The three-pointers, they were a fallen. They just could not seemingly do any kinds of wrong, tightening up on defense as well. Outscored the Lady Rangers 24-8 to make it 36-21. Turns out they need every bit of that 15-point lead here tonight as we came out of the half. Iberia, well, they started scoring in mass. Brought it back a couple times to one possession, but ultimately still a 4-point lead for Crocker at the break, 46-42. And then down the stretch, Crocker was able to get out in front, get that 3-possession lead, and then keep it there as they eventually win this one again by your final score of 57-50. We look at the individual numbers here tonight, and I will admit I think a couple of these are off maybe by 1 or 2 here and there, but at the end of the day, everything is relatively close to what they had scored during the game here. We first take a look at Iberia. Again, 50 total points, 2 players with 10. Here in this one, Alexa Rowden comes through with 10 points, as does the senior Kay Humphrey. Of course, Kay Humphrey going to be moving on here, but obviously a big part of why they were even in this one here today. So you got to give it up to Humphrey and, of course, Rowden excellent night as well, despite an early setback there with the intentional foul. Kind of buckled down, started adding a few more points in that second half. But other scores included Aislinn Bauer with 8 tonight. Chloe Edwards had 7. Tressie Brown had 8, going back up the ladder there. She was 5 for 6 from the line here tonight. And then finally, Jalen Piggott had 5 here tonight, despite fouling out in the fourth. Again, 50 total points here for Iberia, but they do fall short here in this championship game. Now we take a look at Crocker tonight. Again, 57 total points. Almost half your points came from the freshman, wonder kid, Lexi Ament. 22 total here tonight, including the bucket, I should say, that kind of iced the game there. The runner through the middle of the lane over the top of Humphrey. Again, 22 total points here for Ament. She's going to be a great player for the Lions for years to come. Like I said at the beginning of this game, lots of talented underclassmen between these two sides. I was telling somebody, this might be your championship game for a few years. Of course, you got Richland, you got any of the other 9 teams in the Frisco League Conference, but these two definitely are very gold standard teams and will be here for a few years. But again, Ament had 22 here tonight. She was the only one in double digits, but she also had 3 scores with 8. Tessa Danielson, one of those freshmen I was telling you about. Emma Ruth had 8, and then Carly York had 8 as well. 7 points for Gretchen Candy, and then 3 points for Olivia Hayes. 57 total points in the victory here tonight. And again, the Crocker Lady Lions are your Class 2 District 9 champions. We're going to take another 2-minute timeout. Again, we're waiting to see if Coach Bildner makes his way on over here. Like I said, I understand if he's celebrating with the team here tonight. But we'll come back in 2 minutes and, well, we'll wrap it up. I'll tell you what we got coming up here. Again, we're moving on with Crocker. We're going sectional bound, baby. And so we'll talk about what to expect from that here in about 2 minutes. You're listening to, again, the Class 2 District 9 championship game. Post-game. 97.9 The Source.
Hi, this is Brad Shelton at the Marys County Bank. Every day, the Marys County Bank touches every corner of your life and supports you as you turn your life's goals into accomplishments. Whether it's purchasing your first car, opening a small business, buying a home, planning a wedding, or preparing for retirement. From your first car to a new life after retirement, the Marys County Bank is there for all your life's milestones with our full line of products. Stop by one of our 10 locations and see how the Marys County Bank can support your dreams. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Students come and students go. Some start at the elementary level and continue in the same district until graduation. Others move in, some move out for a variety of reasons, but usually it's the parent's job that facilitates a family's move. Whatever the reason, the Iberia School District welcomes all students. At Iberia, students get the best possible education from a staff of dedicated teachers, coaches, and an administration that cares about the product they send out every May at graduation. Whether it's continuing their education in the military or the 9-to-5 world, the Iberia School District is proud of their Rangers and Lady Rangers.
Pests can really bug you. I know they bug me. But you can get rid of all types of pests and protect your family, home, and environment by calling the folks at A to Z Exterminating. A to Z Exterminating provides the best pet and human-friendly treatments 7 days a week and education to help you keep your home pest-free. And of course, reasonable prices. A to Z Exterminating for your home or lawn, whether it's an emergency or you want to schedule an appointment, call today at 573-336-4448. A to Z Exterminating, offering the best service throughout the area.
113 years and still going strong. That's the Bank of Crocker, who opened their doors in 1911 when Crocker was a small railroad town. And while they're still a small town, banking services from the Bank of Crocker are as modern as any financial institutions in the big cities. Android and Apple mobile banking apps let you do your banking from anywhere around the globe. And at bankofcrocker.com, online banking is just a click away. They've also added branches in Waynesville, St. Robert, and Richland through the years. It's a world apart from what it was back in 1911, but the personal hometown banking service has not changed. The Bank of Crocker, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And again, we're back here at Lakeway High School. Again, post-game. Our girls let me try that again. The Class 2 District 9 Girls Championship game, it is in the books. The Crocker Lady Lions are your district champions. They defeat the Iberia Lady Rangers. Final score, 57-50. So it looks like this will just be our final segment here. Again, Coach Bildner obviously celebrating with his squad here. So I've got some final information here for you. First and foremost, we got another game tomorrow. Don't forget the Class 2 District 9 Boys Championship game will be played. Nice little Saturday action for you. The number 1 seed, Eugene Eagles. They'll play the number 2 seed just like they drew them up. Of course, that'll be the Newburgh Wolves. Newburgh doing it for the Frisco League, but Eugene, definitely a dominant team, defending district I've lost my ability to speak. Defending district champions, the Eugene Eagles. So we'll see how things go. That is a 6 o'clock start tomorrow. So same time. Pregame will be 5:45 here on 97.9 The Source. But also another note here for you. Again, we're continuing on with the Crocker Lady Lions here, which means they're moving on to sectionals. Now, you heard me mention during the broadcast that I heard a rumor Norwood won that game. Apparently, I was fed some false info. My assistant over here to the right jumped the gun a little bit, so we have no score from that Norwood-Bakersfield game. But whoever wins that game, it is a even year, as I understand it. I don't remember if it's an even year or an odd year, but whichever year it is, means that Crocker's going on the road. They'll be playing either Norwood or Bakersfield at that particular location. Obviously, do not have a time for that. Do not have a location or a actual concrete location for that. But I do know that game will be on Monday. And, of course, we will have that for you, so make sure you stay tuned for information on that. Of course, we'll see if I have it by Saturday morning. We'll see if we have it here in just about, well, knowing my luck, we'll have it about 10 minutes after I sign off the broadcast here tonight. But we'll certainly see if we have it by Saturday morning. But if I don't have it, Marv certainly will by game day. So again, congratulations to the Crocker Lady Lions. The Iberia Lady Rangers also had an excellent season as well. But I think that's where we'll close it off here tonight. For Dan back in the studio, I am Connor Harbit. Hope you enjoyed listening to this one as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you here tonight. Until tomorrow, you've been listening to the Class 2 District 9 Championship Games right here on 97.9 The Source. Good night, everybody. Be good people.
This February, love your drive with Lowe Chevrolet in Waynesville. They have offers just for you that are absolutely irresistible, like cash back and cash allowances on 2024 Silverados and Equinoxes. Plus, rates as low as 1.9% on select 2024 models will make your heart race. Don't wait. Fall in love again at Lowe Chevrolet and love your drive like never before. Lowe Chevrolet, off I-44, exit 156 in Waynesville, and online at lowechevy.com.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High